There is a big buzz today around personalization, right? Now, personalization is basically the realization that we have different type of customers, so we have to provide them with different type of experiences. But apparently, we are not so successful in doing so, and more often than not, personalization is confused with targeting. Now, over the last 10 years, I believe, every year was supposed to be the year of personalization. But it wasn't. And it wasn't because we don't think people, we think data. In order to understand people, we have to think people because personalization is really about empathy. It's about understanding that behind the numbers, there are people, and behind the data points, there are thought processes. So how can we teach brands to be more empathic?
How much time do you have? Let's see. You used a very important word, a word that I believe needs to be used more, which is empathy. And essentially, that word could be described, or could describe my entire presentation. It's stepping outside of your world to see the world through someone else's eyes and their emotions, and then to try to deliver experiences that they would value. Today, we assume what it is that they would value based on behaviors. And unfortunately, data is as important as it is. Today we misuse it. Data right now, it's an art and a science, but just because we have data, it doesn't necessarily give us the insights that we need to be innovative, because a lot of data just validates the biases and our beliefs that we have today, because we're not challenging our own questions. We're not thinking differently about how we can use data differently. So I think the challenge is that we have to see people differently. And we have to then use that data to bring those people to life in scalable ways, right? I think today we use a lot of demographics to help us understand segmentation. Then we invest in technologies and strategies to try to personalize against that segmentation. But anybody who's ever been on the receiving end of an email from a brand knows that there's zero personalization in that. The challenge is the word itself. Is like the word innovation and experience. It's like you have to break it down to its basics again. What is personalization? It can only mean something that understands who I am, what I value, what I don't value, and that I'm engaged with that already in place, so that the next step of the conversation is taking me to a place where I want to go, not bringing me back through the whole cycle again. And unfortunately, it became a buzzword. Right now, there's a trend called extreme personalization, where AI is helping companies assess past behaviors so that there can be true personal engagement, right time, right message, right device, etc. But it wasn't until artificial intelligence came along that smart marketers and smart brands started to think, wow, we can use artificial intelligence to actually be more human. But the platforms are having to do the job for people because people aren't thinking that way. Value.